Okay, it's happening. It is finally time. I am reading Dark Lover by J.R. Ward, but like from my laptop. So my library didn't have any of this series and the ebook was the cheapest, so I went with the ebook. However, my iPad is so old that it is now part of the Amazon is forcing you to buy new devices thing. So I can't even update my app. And anytime I open the Kindle app on my iPad and it just shuts down. So I'm reading from my laptop, which is how I like started reading fan fiction. So we'll just, vibe with 14-year-old me. If you don't know, I have reacted with Abbey from Abbey Lisi the Book Lover to the first season of the Black Dagger Brotherhood show, which is based on book 1, Dark Lover, and neither of us have read the books. I will be reading this and so will Abbey. And the thing is, I don't get to be surprised by book adaptations of like fantasy and paranormal shows much because I've read the books beforehand. And I enjoyed being surprised by the show so much. It wasn't a, oh, I know what's coming, I wonder what they'll look like type thing. It was a, spoiler alert, wait, what's happening? Wait, is that did he just turn into a fucking dragon? Like, I liked being surprised. So I'm not going to read the books until after I've watched the season it is related to. So now it is time to read Beth and Rath's story. In the show, if you hadn't read the books, there was some world building that was a bit confusing and like things weren't explained, but I did see, where is it? Acknowledgements. Glossary and proper nouns at the beginning of the book. Thank you, J.R. Ward. And I also like every video I've seen of J.R. Ward. I fucking love her. So, glossary, and then the world building is probably going to be explained much simpler, like literally laid out for us. So I'm excited to fill in the gaps of what I didn't get from the TV show. And I know that the TV show was like, from what I've heard, is like book accurate, like every word, everything happens in the book. So it'd just be nice to be in Beth's head, I guess, and see for myself just how accurate the show is. Also, today is June 21st, which is the solstice, and in the southern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice and the shortest day of the year, which feels right to be reading a vampire book on the shortest day of the year. Love. In the glossary, the chosen, female vampires who are bred to serve the scribe virgin. We didn't see any of those in the first season, didn't we? I don't remember seeing any of them. And they have their aristocracy. They have little or no interaction with males, but can be mated to warriors. So like, none of the girls we saw in season 1 were the chosen, right? Doggin. Servant class. Life expectancy is approximately 500 years. You're telling me that Fritz is like not like 70 years old and he could be like 400 years old? I thought he was just human. Okay, I have finished chapter 1 and like, yeah, I was seeing the show as I was reading that. Like that is the first part of episode 1. Begins with Darius and Torment in the club, and yeah, I could see that scene. And then we switched to Beth at her job, and I remembered how much I hate her boss. Ugh. But being in Beth's head, yes, loved that because got to see her thoughts about like why she's feeling so exhausted and hungry. And like, I know why because I've seen the show, but her like seeing her figure it out. And the show did a really good job actually of like showing her hunger and all of that. But what we didn't get in the show is her thinking about, like, she thinks her exhaustion is linked to depression because her life is going nowhere. Like, she hates her job. She's got no relationship. She hasn't got many friends. She doesn't really like her foster parents don't interact with her anymore. And like, she's just like, maybe I should leave Caldwell. And yeah, mood, girl. That's so relatable, except no vampire king has come and picked me up yet. And then we get the assault scene in the alleyway, which was terrifying in the show. Like, me and Abbey are there like, oh my God. There's like one moment in the show as well, you're like, and then you're like, oh, that didn't happen, but it seemed like it happened. In the book, it goes a little further than it does in the show because they get her bra off, which I don't think they did in the show. But fuck, man. I am enjoying reading like 2000s fiction at the moment because it seems so nostalgic, even if I haven't read it before. So I've been reading through the True Blood series for the first time, well, the Sookie Stackhouse series, because the books aren't called True Blood. And they're just so fun and like so nostalgic. It is really funny being like, seeing like Sookie be like, why do I need a mobile phone for? And those type of things. But like, between True Blood and Black Dagger, it's so nice, and it reminds me of a simpler time, because this was written in 2005 as well. So like, mobile phones did exist, but they were super simple. They were brick Nokias. You could call, text, and play Snake. That was it. And I miss that time. And I know for sure that like no generative AI had a hand in these books because it was written before them. Not that JR would probably do that at all now. So bring me the 2000s vampire nostalgia. And it is currently 4:30 p.m, which means the sun's gonna be down in like half an hour, so the vampires can come out. So I didn't realize that we were getting Wrath's POV as well. So we've had 4 POVs so far, because we had Darius and then Beth and then very, very, very short one of Butch, and now Wrath. And he hates people, which, I mean, fair. OMG, that's like literally exactly what happened in the show. Like, we were so confused about what was happening, but that's it. The show really is like bang on to what happened in the books. And yes, this makes sense then, because when they started talking about how he was blind in the show, I was like, but we saw his eyes and he was looking at things and stuff. He's not completely blind. He's just like got low vision, but like can close his eyes and still navigate completely because vampire. So like, damn. Ludicrous? Well, now I'm imagining that scene, but with like a ludicrous song behind it.
Watch out, my outfit's ridiculous. In the club looking so conspicuous. And wow, these women all on the prowl.
So Havers could shove it. Obsessed. I'm actually loving Wrath's POV. Fritz! Love Fritz.
Fritz is ready for anything.
A good butler always is. The show did so well. Like the fancy house, the yellow walls, the huge like king portrait with the gold frame that doubles as a door. Like Passionflix put so much effort into keeping the book like accurate, well, the show accurate to the book. And I love them for that so much. Like, see, literally every other production company, it's not that hard. Just do it. Vicious's black driving gloves used to keep his left hand from inadvertently making contact with anyone, which was in place, which was a good thing. A goddamn public service. Now, what does he mean by that? Because that was not included in the TV show. Like, Vicious wearing gloves probably is. But why? It's not. Things I don't know that I'm sure will pop up, if not in the seasons before, but will in Vicious seasons. Interesting. with his fantastic mane of multicolored hair. But then, vow of celibacy? Room for one and only one love in his life, and it had been slowly killing him for years. What? I'd need to know. Which book / which season is going to be Fury's? Because I know it's not 2 or 3. And Fury's my favorite. So I need to know. And is this one love of his life like a fair-skinned, brown-haired girl? And is Passionflix in need of another one?
Champagne witnesses, caviar dreams. You deserve nothing but all the finer things.
Ignore the air fryer in the background. Found the first scene that wasn't in the show. So it was in chapter 6. It is a butch scene, and it's after he talks to Cherry Pie. He picks up a bartender and they fuck in his car. That wasn't in the show, which is like, it's irrelevant to the show, so I understand why they left it out. But it took until chapter 6, the end of chapter 6, before I found something that wasn't in the show. They really did that show to the T. Taking a break from my vampires to watch my vampires.
I'm the front man, Lestat.
The vampire Lestat.
Marissa POV. We love Marissa. Perhaps when you return.
Perhaps when you return. Okay, yeah.
Perhaps when you return. Okay.
Wrath's English in the books. So like, I know in the show they just let whoever they cast use their natural accent and then like work that into the story. We could have had English sounding Wrath, which like Robert's German, it was fine. But the season 2, like, Rage is Australian. And I, as an Australian, I don't find our accent that attractive. So watching the next season shall be interesting. Because, like, he'll probably be trying to say something, like, really romantic or sexy. And then it'll just come out in that Australian accent. Like, mate, no.
I may not be the worst or the best, but you gotta respect my honesty. And I may break your heart, but I don't really think there's anybody as bomb as me.
I am so sick of it being so cold. And it's only June. Reminder for the Northern Hemisphere people. It is currently winter in the Southern Hemisphere because we are further away from the sun than you guys in the Northern Hemisphere right now. And we've still got like 2 months of winter to go. Though it's Melbourne, so it's more like 4 months of winter to go. Anyway, we're in Haver's POV. And I am so glad for the like explanation and backstory that he is giving in his exposition right now, because like his story in the TV show was the most confusing to us. Like, we got the basics that he was like trying to make a synthetic blood and that he cared for his sister and that he had lost his Shellen. But in here it mentions that his Shellen died in childbirth. Did I just miss that in the show? And it was only 2 years ago. Like, that's super recent. And the fact that he's so, like, uptight and mean and just, like, on the edge is because he hasn't been drinking blood at all. Like, for almost 2 years. Still don't really like him, but his explanation is a bit better in the book. So I remember them mentioning this in, like, a panel or behind the scenes or something. And it just came up. It's that the vampires, or at least just the brothers, are like completely hairless on their body. So like no hair on his torso or arms or legs at all, just smooth skin over hard muscle. And yeah, I remember like Tosca being like, oh, I feel so bad for the guys having to just shave all the time. But like book-wise, JR, I get it. Like hair, like anywhere except like the top of their head or their eyebrows is like a sensory nightmare. And I say that knowing I have like hair on me, but I get rid of it a lot. And yeah, I also think guys look better without hairy chests. Like, just no texture, not good. So I get it, JR, that you just wanted them completely hairless. If sex were a food, Rage would have been morbidly obese. Does that mean season 2 is going to be even spicier, like so much spicier than season 1? I do think it's funny that Wrath like calls Rage Hollywood like most of the time in his thoughts. Though Wrath has mentioned like Rage's curse and the beast multiple times already, and I'm actually really glad that we didn't get like that, those thoughts in the TV show. So when he actually turned in the show, we got to be like properly surprised because we didn't know it was coming. But in the books, you would know something's coming. Excuse me? What do you mean Wrath listens to Jay-Z? What?
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me.
Book Wrath does seem a little more talkative than TV show Wrath. But he also, like, he still hasn't said, like, thank you for any of the food that Fritz has made. But he did say, you're damn handy with the stove. That was a compliment, which is good. But yeah, it's, like, so much more obvious in the book that, like, he's mostly blind. And Fritz is learning how to, like, take care of him because he said he's going to make sure the meat is cut up. So, like, it's already there for Wrath, and that he won't prepare the rice again because rice is just really hard to get on a fork even when you can see clearly. You know, I do agree with Mr. X on that one. Like, I appreciate you did that because the trend of just showing off your underwear, not a fan of it.
We're expected to swoon? I don't think so.
Oh, back in the day when the internet was new and was handy instead of a cesspool that's 51% bots now. Wait a second. Fritz is legally the owner of that house? What do you mean? What do you mean? $200,000? You can't even get a 1-bedroom for that anymore. Aww, cuties. Oh no, I just remembered the dogs. Those poor dogs. Keeping on theme, we got my Buffy coat on tonight.
We have beside me, Keish Chow is a multi-award winning Chinese Australian author of fantasy, romance.
Update, it's still cold, but I went outside and I heard authors talk about writing spicy books. I haven't been to a bookish event in ages and like, I need to get out more. So I went out. I didn't talk to anyone though, because I didn't know anyone there besides like Amy Kaufman, who was on the panel. And I'm pretty sure I did recognize someone from Bookstagram, but like, I'm not sure if we were friendly enough to like, be like, hey, I'm Kat, and like have her recognize me. One thing Kate Cuthbert, the editor, talked about though was how on her desk when she was editing smutty books, there would be 2 Barbies on her desk because she needed to figure out if things were plausible. And I just know when I get to the next smutty chapter in Dark Lover, I'm going to imagine them as Barbies now. I also have a burger. He's saying shit like this, but then also has the audacity to think that he's gonna give her to someone else after she changes. Like, get yourself together, man. Can't relate. Like, girl, I would kill to have any sort of adventure, and definitely a hot vampire in my life right now. So I think it was hinted at in the show, but I don't think we got like a explicit explanation or like was told what happened to Butch's sister. Oh my god. No wonder he's like the way he is. No wonder he's so fucking terrified for Beth. Like, I mean, anyone would be, like, otherwise, but, like, especially, oh my god. I love this scene so much. But let's be cool.
You're going to let us in?
Oh, of course, Master. Miss Randall, it is an honor to meet you.
But oh my god, I love Fritz, and I love, like, they did such a good job with this scene. Just, like, Fritz's actor is incredible. I love Fritz.
Sliced and diced.
Liar. Just the entire book, like, I'm seeing the scene from the show as I'm reading this.
Be careful, Beth. Why? Because I'm about to crack over here.
See, that's just, like, not a ringing endorsement for any of the other guys being love interests. Like, that's not okay. So there's just, like, so much Mr. X POV. It's giving, like, One Tree Hill spending all that time on Dan Scott and me just wanting him to go away. No one gives a fuck about Dan Scott. So, like, why are we spending so much time on Mr. X? Like, I want to spend more time in Beth's POV, but we keep going back to Mr. X. And then we're also spending a hell of a lot of time in Butch's POV. But Butch gets his own book, does he not? So, like, just I want more Beth. This is my problem with multiple POV books, because, like, Beth and Wrath are, you know, having a great time, they're getting it on, and then you go to the next page and it's Havas went down to his lab. It's the whiplash. Oh, okay, so like Havas just freaking out in his lab was literally just him being super mad at Wrath. Which, you know what? I get his POV for being pissed at Wrath, because Wrath spent like 300 years treating Marissa like shit. But in the show, like, his freak out like just came on so quickly, and it was like after we learned he had transfused himself with the blood. So we thought it was probably because, like, the blood wasn't just like not working, it was like doing something to him to like make him angrier. But no, he's just mad at Wrath. Wrath inspires a lot of emotions, apparently. Sun's getting real low. Wait, what? This wasn't in the TV show. There was something way wrong with his stomach. It was swollen, like he swallowed a basketball. Mpreg? Maybe she had a stomach bug. Girl, come on. You know what's happening. You have been told. Yes, Fritz. Wrath, you couldn't have thought of a better time to ask her that, because, like, you know, she's got some things going on at the moment. You could have waited for the next day. You've known her, what, 4 days? Like, I know it's like a insta-love mate meant for each other situation type thing, but, like, it could have waited a day. Wrath just stripped the bed and remade the bed blind. I hate making my bed and I'm fully sighted. I say that with glasses on my face. That's for my astigmatism. But, like, I hate making my bed. It's such an annoying chore, and he just did it blind. Just all of the, like, 90s and 2000s hip-hop, like, the references just keep coming. And, like, obviously they weren't going to pay to use those songs in the TV show, but, like, they didn't even have music that sounded like that, and it just changes the vibe so much. I can't deal.
99 pounds, but a bitch ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son.
I'm obsessed with the mentions of Fury having great hair, because, like, yes. It's the concept of that scene where the she meets all of the brothers and they kneel in front of her happening, but happening to Jay-Z playing in the background.
Problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me.
Yes. Obsessed with that scene in the show, and yes.
No, she was just here and she fucking poof, she fucking disappeared.
He could kill 100 different ways, handle himself in any kind of battle, keep his head cool when the goddamn world was on fire, but ask him to address 1,000 people in a crowd, his stomach rolled. Aw, he's got stage fright. Wellesley, there you are. So I'm actually glad in the show that they had that like little extra scene of just Tor coming home and like hugging Wellesley in their house so we could see her before she rocked up at Beth's store. That was a good inclusion, because that, not in the book. She was a woman worthy of being worshipped. Yes, Butch. White cloth, dried the runes, rolled the material up and put it inside the box. Ah, so that was what was in the box. Because I feel like I just missed that in the show. I was like, what's in the box? But like, okay, it was material with his blood on it. Okay. Those poor doggos. Though, it does say they are pit bulls here. I don't remember them being pit bulls in the show. Like, they looked like closer to like German shepherds or something. So I'm actually glad that they weren't pit bulls in the show, because pit bulls get a bad rap. Okay, I'm done. I just like binge read the rest of that. And it's the show. Well, like, the show is the book. Like 98% of the book is in the show, like word for word. That's insane. And like, it's actually wild that it's insane, because like that's what a book adaptation should be. So like, Passionflix is the only studio / streamer that I know of that's like adapting books. Everything else changes a lot of things. I'm trying to think of like what the closest I've seen is. Not like, genuinely, everyone else changes so much. So yeah, all of the feelings I had while reading the book are the feelings I had while watching the TV show. So you can go watch all of mine and Abbey's reaction to season 1 there. We do plan on reacting to season 2 once I figure out how to screen record again, because new laptop doesn't let me screen record streaming services. My old one does. So we'll see. It's like 11:30 at night now too, so I'm tired. And yeah, if you want to help me continue to create things, my Patreons got to see this video first, and I want to do some really exciting things on there. I just like can't when I don't have any money. If you want to join my little community over there, me and my landlord would thank you very much. Because like, Beth, I get it. She was renting a studio apartment. At least I have a 1-bedroom. And then right at the end there, she was like, I can't believe I own multiple houses and cars and art and jewelry and so much money. And I'm like, oh, what a life. The dream. I would very much like a wrath to show up at my door then, except I want it to be Fury. Not that I don't know anything about Fury, so no spoilers for the rest of the series. Like, I don't want to know anything. I want to be surprised when I watch the show. I just know I love Fury's hair and chose him as my favorite because of his hair, and he seems like a good guy. So yeah, I guess see you in, what is it, coming out in like September or something for season 2, and then book 2. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below if you've like seen the show. How are we feeling about how, you know, the lead love interest in season 2 is going to have a really thick Australian accent? And then let me know how you feel on that, based on whether like you're Australian as well or not. Because I feel like the Australians aren't really going to like it, but the rest of the world probably will. I don't know why you guys are obsessed with our accents. I don't like it.
When I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody that compared to my baby, and nobody came between us or could ever come above.
Or if you just want to let me know you were here, leave a vampire emoji down below.